Hi, I'm Howard Tipton, Town Manager of Longboat Key, and welcome to Tip Talks. This is a video series about all things Longboat. And today we have Isaac Brownman. Isaac is our Public Works Director, and that includes facilities, it includes streets, it includes drainage, it includes beaches, it includes a tennis center now, it includes all kinds of things. So Isaac, we're glad to have you. Thank you for being here. And today we want to talk about undergrounding. Undergrounding has been a project that's been on the board for a number of years now, one of the largest voter-approved undertakings, and of course that involves undergrounding all of the power lines and the ancillary services that go with them, like cable. And we're coming to the end. And so just wanted to get an update from you as to where things stand and what we can look forward to.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tip. Really appreciate it. And undergrounding is one of our biggest projects that we've done here on the island, and we are coming to the end finally. The project's taken a little longer than we had expected, but we really are looking forward to the conclusion. Our FPL team and our project team, Wilco, got together to say, really look at how can we refine processes, how can we accelerate this project to really get to an endpoint that everybody can really look forward to. It took a lot of effort for FPL to look at some ways to change doing business so it's not business as usual. They essentially put together a project team to bypass any queue or lines like you would at a theme park just for Longboat Key. They would put our switching requests up front. They gave us dedicated personnel, and they've streamlined their processes in such a way that Wilco can submit the switching authorizations to do electrical conversions in big bulk batches. A switching process is complicated because we're talking about high voltage electricity. That authorization has to come from the FPL control center, and all that has to happen in a very sequential, very careful process. FPL is going to continue to do the process carefully, but they are allowing us to bypass and to do a lot of streamlining. And so what we're really looking at, Tip, is a conclusion of the project around the October timeframe. Now, we say that that's doable. That's barring any major storm events, because FPL is a large electrical provider in the state of Florida, and once we have a storm pending or a storm hit or a recovery in their jurisdiction, they resource that effort. And of course, our contractor is an FPL certified contractor, so that means some of our contractors' forces would be involved in a recovery. Not a super long time, but there could be an impact. What we're going to do is give you and the commission and the public updates as we go along monthly till we get to October. And if any of those things happen, we will send updates to let you know what those deviations might be. But our target right now, our goal, is to finish the undergrounding conversions within the month of October. And as we go along, FPL will be removing poles up to that October timeframe, and then finish pulling out the rest of the poles by December 31st of this year. Those include the major concrete poles on Gulf of Mexico Drive. Those are probably some of the last poles that will be pulled out, but that's what we're all looking forward to. So right now we're shooting for October with a conclusion, final poles removed in December.
And I know some folks who get a little bit concerned about having resources redirected in a storm event, but just remember, if that storm event were to hit us, we'd want those resources redirected to us. So we understand, being a good neighbor, being in a coastal area, that we've all got to share these resources. But the idea that FPL and Wilco are kind of giving us the fast pass, so to speak, using a Disney term, an old Disney term, to get to the front of the line and to get these conversions accelerated, I think is great news. The other thing that came out of the latest briefing was also that where we have transformers that are lower level, that during this energizing time here working towards October, a number of those are going to be elevated so they'll stay out of the water.
Yes, so during Hurricane Idalia, a number of our existing transformers that were activated, about 26 of them were impacted by the floodwaters. FPL has since changed the transformers out, but since those 26 specifically were impacted, they're going to be raising those pads or concrete pedestals from a 6-inch pad to a 24-inch pad to get them up a bit higher. They are in some of our lowest areas of Sleepy Lagoon. It's not going to be every transformer at this point on all those streets, but the ones that were impacted. And then from there, FPL has committed to monitor as we go through different storm seasons, and if they need to make additional adjustments, they have committed to do so. That effort's going to start in mid-July to change those 26 transformer pads, and should be done in about a month. We'll be noticing those property owners that that's going to be happening.
And not as simple as just lifting the box up, putting on a higher pad, and then putting it back. You've got to redo the wiring and everything. It's a little more complicated.
That's exactly right. They've got to do some splicing and additional wiring to get that extra 20 or so inches.
So the other part of the update yesterday included the budget piece. And so if you can just speak to where we are on the budget for the project.
Yes, Tip, no problem. And I'm going to give you a snapshot in time.
Yes.
We're not done yet. But right now, we're tracking and talking to our finance director about a $6 million or so surplus. In other words, we're running under budget.
Under budget.
From our original budget of about $49 million. We're tracking about $6 million under that, which is fantastic news. It's great news. Plus, there will be some investment income that will come with having had these bond proceeds we were able to invest as well. And our finance director will be coming forward with those. Once we get to project closeout, we'll know exactly how much we've saved on the project budget, which is a great testament to this project. We had a contractor come in and begin this project in 2019. And if you imagine the amount of inflation we've had since 2019, they've held their contract prices over time for this project. So we're very pleased with that, we're proud of that, and we're coming in with a significant surplus. We need to finish the job. There's another change order with some unexpected things that have come up here at the end that we're going to be addressing, but we're still, in terms of an order of magnitude, in that range.
Excellent. Well, good news. So a little bit behind schedule, but under budget is a nice way to make up for that. So that's good news. So we talked about the updates that we're going to be providing. How can citizens find out this information? I think they're going to be able to go to our website, right?
Yes, they'll be able to go to our website. We're going to be producing monthly updates as we progress towards October. We're going to post those to the website. We're going to send them to you and to the commission. We're also going to be taking an extra step of notifying our residents as they become electrified underground, so they're aware that they are now operating on the underground system, because the poles and wires aren't coming out right away. So a lot of people see the poles and wires coming down as an indication of, oh, I'm underground now, the project is concluding and moving on. But the pole and wire removal takes a little bit more time after you're energized. So we're going to proactively let people know that they've been energized as we go towards project closeout.
Excellent. Yeah, a lot of people don't know.
Correct.
That's right. That's right. Well, you'll see below us the link to our website where you can get these updates. We look forward to the closeout of this project. Again, very complicated project, one of the largest in the state of Florida, one of the largest that Florida Power and Light has had in their service territory. So we're all learning a little bit as we go, but great news to kind of get to the end, and for future storm resiliency, the town is going to be in good shape. Yes. We thank you for your leadership on that. That's it for this Tip Talk on undergrounding. Good news as we move forward, and until next time, be well.